Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Showcase sneak peek preview, I think, right? Have these been seen yet before? Maybe they have. I don't know, but they are brand new. Mattel sent these to me. It is the third car culture mix of 2025. Hot Wheels Off-Road, that's the theme. I think this mix beats the previous versions of Hot Wheels Off-Road with a fantastic new casting. Can't wait to open that one up. We're going to go through these, open them up. That's the first portion of the video. Second portion is a fabulous car show. Very excited to have dug into the collection. Got some good stuff to show you with this theme for sure. Let's get right to it. This is the number 5 of 5, the 2024 Land Cruiser. I also have the Chase. That is the Chase. We'll open this one up last, number 0 of 5. So let's get those off to the side because we'll finish it off with those. And we could go in order. Yeah, why not? Let's just go in order. Here is number 1 of 5, the 1987 Toyota pickup truck. I'm trying to look. Why don't we just show you that here? Here is everything here. It almost feels like the Brat has its own. It's not. It's just the funny way they kind of did that, right? Anyway, who cares? There's that if you need it. I would assume this is hitting soon. I know that the Silhouette Mix, Hammer Drops Out, Silhouette Mix has been hitting a little bit. They almost hit at the same time. I would assume this one is coming very, very soon. As I show you these two, I was out and about with this mix a few weeks ago. I love being outdoors. I actually thought about shooting this entire video outdoors. Couldn't do it because the wind was so strong. I could even give you a little bit of sound of what I was dealing with as you see these cars. I was up Boulder Mountain in and around Escalante in Utah. Stunning location. Would have loved to do the whole video, but I could only shoot footage. Hopefully you enjoy that because it is kind of an appropriate place to be for this mix. Anyway. 1987 Toyota pickup truck. This is very cool to see. Is there anything I need to deal with this one? I could give a show on this one. This truck has been out a long time. Started in basic, went to premium. There's been the Back to the Future version. I'm going to try and open this one from the bottom. And it's an okay. Some people really like this casting. It's not in terms of pickup trucks. I do like that it's vintage. I wonder if it would look a little bit different if it were designed today. Just put that right here. Why not? And here it is. What I love about this is you're getting some TRD colors. You're getting that kind of vintage Toyota vibe here. Always those side decos, side stripes, which I've always liked about vintage Toyotas, especially from the 70s and 80s. I think that was such a great time for, Land Cruisers and 4Runners and SR5 pickups and all that sort of thing. So this one actually looks good. I say I'm not a big fan of this casting, and then I look at this one and I'm like, actually, I take it back. It's a great casting. The Back to the Future version's fine. We've had there was a version in the Toyota mix. We're not doing this one as part of the car show, as you probably can tell. But this one's really nice, actually. I dig it. Sup, yo, on the license plate. I like that. At least the front license plate. All right, I'm not gonna complain as much as I was. All right, that's number 1 of 5. Number 2 is the Land Rover Defender. Love this one in yellow. Really digging this one. This is, as I think about the Land Rover Defender 90, I really do think about it in yellow. So this is a nice one to have. Another one designed by Dima we'll do part of the car show with this one. So we'll talk more about the history of this one. But I do think of the yellow 90 when I think of the 90. So let's go ahead and open that one up. Desert background. Julian Coils, I think, is still in charge of this artwork. Julian's left Hot Wheels, but it's a really cool. We had kind of a desert theme for the Toyota as well. Didn't really talk about that, but let's get this one open and get it on the turntable. Not much to talk about on this one. The wheels are great. The fact on the Land Rover front grille looks fantastic. I just love that we have a replica now in yellow. It just seems right. Does that make sense to you? I mean, that's how I think of this car. It just is. So we've got some other versions we'll put in the car show. And this is actually a cool, in terms of premium, we actually have a pretty sweet family Foreman for that one. All right. I'm going to put these off to the side. Let's get to number 3, Subaru Brat. I have a soft spot for this casting, and I hope, and it's just so nice to have it back. So show it outdoors so we can talk about it. I'm really, this casting, where did this one start? One of those like Target retro It's always been premium. It has gone to basic as well, but I don't even think I have any of the basic versions in my collection, but I do have all of the premium, if I remember correctly. It's been in Car Culture a couple of times. We'll jump into that with the car show as well. So let's get this one open in green. I don't know about the wheels on this one, but it's all right. Occasionally I have to like visit those old Real Riders, and it appears that's what the Hot Wheels team did here with this deco. That's also desert. No, that's not desert. We've got three, or that almost looks salt flatty, but we'll see. All right, here it is. I love this casting. And this one's great. The color works, the stripes work, the 4x4 works. Obviously, you got the seats in the back. This is a lifted version of the Brat. You don't see it very often this way, but I actually like it this way for Hot Wheels. Matchbox has their own Brat, which is more of like a stock height. But the four-wheel drive Brat is fabulous. There's so much personality here. I just dig the color. It still doesn't surpass my favorite one we'll get to in the car show, but this one is very nice as well. Number 4. This one is okay. The Ford Raptor. Should I say this? Is the Ford Raptor a very boring truck? Probably not to drive it, right? It's such a high performance, fabulous truck. But I've always said this, the more modern trucks don't interest me very much, and the Raptor doesn't either. But it's a nice casting, nice replica of a car I care nothing about. I say that sentence a lot, and I guess I'll just stick to it. 2017 Raptor. It's a nice version of it. Let's just go ahead and open it up. I really like the wheels on it. Artwork's kind of cool. Although it seems a little off-road in that forest. Hopefully it's not destroying too much. Let's see maybe how I think about a Raptor driver. See, isn't that mean to me? Is that mean? It is. It is. I actually know some really cool people that have Raptors. So, but you could, okay, I didn't even notice that's a Raptor deco on it, right? On the side there, gold color. There's an ultra premium version of this too, right? In RLC with opening parts. Yeah, so it says Raptor on the side. And then there's kind of like maybe a deserty kind of Moab. I see what they're doing there. They're using the silhouette, like some sort of silhouette to kind of form the word Raptor, I guess. Kind of. Yeah, it's fine. This is by far the number 5 of 5 on this one in terms of the cars I'm interested in. The Toyota's actually really nice, to be honest. The Land Rover is fantastic in yellow. The Brat is the Brat. I just love it. This one is fine. But what I'm most interested in are these two. Brand new casting. Land Cruiser will be the main theme of our car show because there's quite rich actually when it comes to the history of Land Cruisers and Hot Wheels, at least the recent history. This is fabulous. Obviously, it's the brand new Land Cruiser. They're starting to show up more and more on the roads, and I'm liking them more and more. I've seen some people kind of not like this design of the Land Cruiser, and I think when you start looking at the heritage of the Land Cruiser, which we'll do, I actually think this is a great evolution for the Land Cruiser. I'm into it. A lot, actually. Quite a bit, to the point that if I'm in the market for a car, I would seriously consider this one as something to drive. Let's start with we'll do the chase here in a second, but let's start with this first version in whatever color this, it's very much a Toyota blue, and it totally fits. This is going to be one of my favorite models of the year, for sure. Artwork is great. Let's just get it open. You can see it on the outdoors as I start to prep this, opening up this casting. I'm trying to think, what are the new castings in car culture so far? It was the Launches Stratos, which I think is fabulous. It was the McLaren, the Liberty Walk McLaren is great. I think the Land Cruiser is my favorite so far, although that launch is pretty sweet. All right. Put this here, get it on the turntable. Yeah, this is a really nice replica. I'm assuming Ron Wong did this one, and I didn't ask. I should have. Maybe he told me and I forgot. The front grille detailed beautifully. The lift, the height on this is perfect. It's not obnoxious, but it's just about right for what you would consider like an off-road Land Cruiser that Hot Wheels would do. Wheels look great on this one. Love the color, love the white roof. There's no complaints here. This is just a fabulous replica, and one I will really, really enjoy collecting. we might as well do it now. Let's get to the chase. All black. Sometimes they'll do a unique feature with the chases. I think this is one of your more standard in that, I guess, you know, they don't do the white roof. I guess they could have. It just goes all black, which is fine with me. The wheels stay the same, I think. Yep. So let's just get that one open. Art is great. Open in a chase. Not everybody does this, nor do they have to. I'll do it for you if you don't want to. Here it is. Looks good. Looks really good. It's great as a chase. I mean, it's great as a black model, black on black. I mean, this is a great chase, but it's just, I mean, if they just did it this way, I would not have complained at all. I guess I could have gone like, I mean, I could do all the chases, but the black on black SUVs was the first Defender 110 was this color from Fast and Furious. More of a matte black, but I mean, it would be cool to put those together. Maybe one of these days I will. This is so cool. So cool. The blue is I like the blue better, but I do like this, the contrast of the black on black. Okay, there you go. That's a nice mix. The off-road mixes have tend to be more of a peg winner. I mean, that one mix from like 2 or 3 years ago with the Range Rover, and it's still there. There's still versions of it. And then the one, well, then there's one the last year with the Datsun. I think there's that Mitsubishi. That one's still there. I'm worried for the Raptor. And maybe the yellow Defender, as cool as it is, maybe the Brat. But I think this is a nice mix. Toyota's going to go, the Toyota truck. And obviously the Land Cruiser's going to go. But I think this is a nice mix. I really do. You guys tell me what you think. I want your feelings. Let's get to the car show. So those of you who wanted to see this, just the unboxing here, you can move on. Nice to have you. Let's just move to the car show. All right. 3 sections for this car show today. Subaru Brat, Defender 90, and of course, we're going full Land Cruiser. Let's start with the Brat. I'll move backwards. Obviously, we have this one, which we've already shown from the latest mix. We'll go ahead and put that one right there. I think I've got the premium versions outside of that Target nostalgic one, but I think it's been twice in car culture. If I'm missing one, shoot, right? But I don't think I am. So going backwards, this is the last one. I don't think it has been in car culture since this version, Subi's Off-Road, from maybe the original Trucks series that they did for car culture. But this one gets the Brat stripes. Did they all get? Oh yeah, it did. I didn't even notice that. It did get the Brat stripes. You got to have that Brat on the pillar for it to be a proper Brat. I'd be really sad if it didn't have it, and I didn't even notice. But this one does as well. Subi's Off-Road. I love the deco on this one. All yellow. They had started going full premium with car culture by the time this one came out, and I do love the deco for this one a lot with the yellow. I like the wheels on it too, a whole lot better than these Real Riders. That's the one issue with this one, but this one is just about perfect with everything. But my favorite remains, and this is one of my favorite all-time Hot Wheels, and I think those who have followed me for a long time will know that I have said this before, so it's not one of those just like Lambley hyperbole things. I have always loved this one. Actually, this was the original Trucks. This was like the second version of Trucks. This was the original, can't remember what the name was, but it was all pickup trucks. This Zamac Brat with the black stripe, little Brat on the pillar as well. It's so clean. I love the Watanabe rims on it, off-road style. It did get taillights. It didn't get headlights because this was the era when they weren't doing full, but it's still, with the Zamac, it actually still, it doesn't bother you too much that it doesn't have them. This is just one of the cleanest, coolest cars, Hot Wheels of all time. How's that for hyperbole? Because I truly believe it. It's one of my all-time favorites. Let's go to the Defender 90. I've got, if I'm remembering correctly, I think we have 3 other premium versions. So moving in, I don't know if this is exactly the order, but yeah, there's, like I said earlier, this is how I remember, this is how I think of the Land Rover Defender 90 in yellow, black rims. It just seems perfect. But you could also argue that this is one you would see in the red. White rims, that kind of white style of those off-road rims really, really works as well. And white roof on this one too. Like, it's a perfect combination. And when you start putting these together, see, you start seeing pretty much, standard. It just works. So does this one, but it's, as much as I like the chase of the Land Cruiser, this is the Fast and Furious one, and it's obviously very Fast and Furious-y in all black. I think of this more like colors with the, you know, with the different roof and everything else. So this one is very nice in black, and it's a nice addition to the entire group of Land Rover Defenders. One that's really cool. I said Dima designed this. Dima's no longer with Hot Wheels either, but Dima's a fantastic designer. Loves Land Rovers. I believe has a 90 himself that he's been working on. This is his design for basic, then it moved to premium. He was also the guest of honor, I think, during one of the COVID years of the Hot Wheels convention. And I can't remember if it happened or not. I wasn't there. But they did do the exclusive. Yeah, this is 2021, October 2021. I don't remember if that event happened. If they did, it was in very limited scope due to the pandemic. But this was the guest of honor model that he designed. He's got his last name on it. Colors of his native Ukraine, which is fantastic. I love the rims on this one. The yellow rims done in that mag style, which I think is super cool. And then you got all these other decos, all designed by casting and deco designed by Dima, which is fabulous. Just really, really adore this casting. It probably is my favorite of the Land Rover Defender 90s. There's a nice little group as well. Let's get to the Land Cruisers, because I went history with Land Cruiser, right? We've got the most recent Land Cruiser, this latest generation Land Cruiser, which I really dig. Some people don't. I do. But let's go with, not in terms of releases, but in terms of like the generation of Land Cruisers. We've got some, I didn't even realize as I was compiling this, I was actually surprised. But we start with this one. This one's recently released, right? This is the FJ40, 43, right? Because it's the extended model. And Fast and Furious, there's two versions of this one so far. Fast and Furious, love it with the chrome rims, white roof. I think that one just really, really works. Kind of peg warmer, surprisingly, but it's really cool. And then the most recent Boulevard. Again, I think of the Land Rover Defender in yellow. I also think of the Land Cruiser in yellow, especially the classic Land Cruiser. And this one has that nice mustard color, which just, I love it. I love it with the black rims. This is a fabulous, and we'll obviously see future versions. Just keep it this way. Maybe do a jungle deco or something. But I'm not going just full premium. Here, I'm going to move these over just a little bit, because we also have in the basic range the pickup truck, right? That was released a little bit ago. I only have the two first editions. Blue with the white roof. That one looks great. I would love to see this one go premium. And then there was the Target exclusive, which was very unique, with the Toyota tailgate. Really like this one as a lifted Land Cruiser pickup. I think that one looks awesome. Then there's one that I almost forgot about. And again, I don't have every version of every casting. Some I do. But I think I've got all the Land Cruisers. And again, if I've forgotten, definitely put it in the comments and we'll find a place to include it later. But this is one that was almost forgotten about. How about this FJ40? Do you remember this one? This is from the off-road set back in like 2011, 2012. I think it's been in the basic range. It's obviously done as an off-roader and like racing truck, but obviously modified. The roof is gone completely. But it is a Land Cruiser. I think this is a June of my design. I could be wrong. But it's a really nice premium model. This one came with like that lifted Silverado, and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. But this is one that I think tends to be forgotten about, but should be included in the show as well. You know that there is, here in Utah, there is a Land Cruiser museum. I should go there and do this video with them. Maybe I should contact them. And I wonder if they have all of these, because shout out to them. Maybe I'll do a picture and I'll include them in an Instagram post or something like that. But there's Land Cruiser Museum, and all these are there. They actually unveiled the new generation Land Cruiser there at the Land Cruiser Museum here in Utah. All right, keeping on going. I think of all the Land Cruisers that Hot Wheels has done, and maybe it's my favorite generation of Land Cruiser in general, is the FJ60. We've seen, I think I've got all the versions here. I think we've seen 3 versions of this Land Cruiser, and then I'm going to realize that I forgot one after I do the video. This one was from the Toyota set a few years ago. It's got those standard Toyota stripes, which I always love. I love the color of this one. That tan color is fantastic. Then it went to Fast and Furious, and we got this totally it's so funny. Stripes, which are realistic for a Toyota of that era, And then you get this one that just has just a nice plain look. You would never think of it as Fast and Furious. This is why I love Fast and Furious, because this version might be my favorite in this just plain tan color. I absolutely love it. And let me look at that. Fast and Furious. No complaints there. And then the third version was released in the off-road set from last year, and I do love it in this green. Again, with that unique Toyota striping. Wheels look cool on this one in black. I think this one is awesome. It is my favorite generation of Land Cruiser, I think, and it's also my favorite group of Land Cruisers. I think those look amazing. Then, where do we go? I think we go with the Land Cruiser 80, right? I think this is the next generation. This is the only one I have. There's been a couple other versions released after, but from Basic, this is the first edition. I don't think there was a recolor either, and then we've seen it a couple times in Basic. This is another one I'd love to go premium, although it could go a little bigger, but I don't know. Maybe just do it premium. Does it fit? Is it too small for? It might be a little too small compared to the 60 there, but I think that one looks cool. And yeah, it's a really nice casting too. I mean, look at this. This generation, that generation. We got the pickups, we got the off-road, we got the 60, we got the 80, and then you know that I almost forgot? The Prado. 05 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Toyota striping. It's got all of that details there. This one obviously has that overland vibe with the front bumper, the rear tire. Really, really dig this casting. I mean, I was going through the Land Cruisers. I was thinking of the one, and I was like, oh, duh. Can you imagine if I did the video and I forgot these? Chase. So there's two Land Cruiser Chases now. This one got the wheels changed. The colors obviously changed, and then the wheels changed on that one. I always thought that Chase was really, really nice. It's kind of nice. We can put the two Land Cruiser Chases together now. They look cool, right? I like this one better, though. I'm glad they didn't go too overland. I'm glad they lifted it, but didn't go too overland with the new generation. And then, yeah, in the 2-pack, Black Rhino. Love the deco on this one, and I love the wheel color on that one as well, too. So that one is really nice from the 2-pack, and I think that's it, right? I think we've done good. Look at that Land Cruiser set. Isn't that rad? Did you know that Hot Wheels has done that many Land Cruiser castings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did not expect that. If you would have asked me this morning how many Land Cruisers castings has Hot Wheels done, I would not have said 7. I probably would have said 4. Not bad, right? You guys tell me what you think. I like this mix a lot. I really like the Land Cruiser, and I'm happy with the other 4. Raptor doesn't do much for me, but other than that, I think we're in good shape with this mix. I want to know your thoughts. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mattel, for sending this. More to come. Bye.